Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So I received an email last week from a subscriber and they asked a couple of really great questions. How do you find yourself and how do you start focusing on yourself when it's something you've never done before? Now I thought those were excellent questions and I want to do a video to shed some light on this significant part of our journey in life. Self-discovery is a huge part of our personal growth. So what is self-discovery and why is it important? So self-discovery is the process of figuring out who you are, what you stand for, and what you want out of life. It encompasses many different things, all centered around one element, you as a person. The more you understand who you are, the more you can design your life around your wants and needs. Now, self-discovery is truly something that is important, but many times can be the most challenging for us. Most of us grew up feeling the need to put others first, so we put our lives on hold to make sure everyone else was taken care of. And when we did make decisions for ourselves, perhaps we took advice from others rather than trusting our gut feeling. We were taught at a very young age to look to others for guidance, which is not a bad thing to get help when we need it, but when it comes to our life purpose, it's important that we look within rather than looking to the external environment to tell us what makes us happy and feel fulfilled. When we rely on others so much to tell us what to do, we can often stop trusting ourselves and feeling that we might not make a good decision. So the cycle continues to keep looking to the external environment for answers. Often this is how we can end up stuck in a toxic relationship, or maybe we stay in a job that is really not a good fit for us. Years ago, I found myself denying who I was just so I could maintain approval from others. I thought I had to fit in because if I didn't, people would either judge me or maybe not like me anymore. Now, this only led me down a path of living to please others rather than being my authentic self. Finding our purpose is about listening to our inner calling, and we'll know we're on the right path when we begin to feel more balanced and have harmony in our lives. So I put together 5 tips that I believe can help you to begin your journey to self-discovery. I'm really excited to share these with you. So the first tip is being able to quiet things down from the external environment in blocks of time each day. Finding comfort in solitude can help us to hear our inner voice much better. Sometimes just unplugging and getting away is the best thing for self-discovery. We can meditate and just focus on ourselves and not the world around us. We can listen to our own thoughts and not what others are saying. If you really think about it, we want to get to know a person, we need to spend time with them to build the relationship. Well, this is the same for getting to know ourselves better. It's important we spend some time alone. We cannot know ourselves well if we're consistently surrounded by lots of noise or if we are preoccupied by other things every minute of the day. So being that said, maybe you can possibly block out maybe 15 minutes a day to meditate. You could find a nice quiet place in your home or maybe go for a walk and just clear your mind so you can think about things without any distractions around you. Being able to just stop for 15 minutes a day and just get away from social media or other distractions can make all the difference in being able to get in touch with your inner voice. Now, self-discovery can seem overwhelming at times. So the second tip is taking some time to journal your thoughts. You could do this during or maybe after you meditate. You can ask yourself some questions that will help guide you along your journey. Now, I included a link below with a list of some questions that can get you started. We are diving deeper and exploring our inner workings of our thoughts and feelings. When we write our thoughts down, we can feel at ease that we don't have to keep that all stored in our mind. Then we can reflect back on what we wrote at a different time. Maybe even schedule some time on your calendar to look back at your notes maybe once a week. This can help us to piece together things like a puzzle. We are filling in the missing pieces as we are exploring the answers to the questions. So the third tip I want to mention is getting curious. And what I mean by this is looking up some things that maybe you could try and see if those things spark your interest. For example, maybe you could look up groups that meet either online or in person and just try some different things. You could also look up some classes, maybe at a local college, do some volunteering, or find a hobby that might interest you. It's all about trying different things and finding if it resonates with you. If it makes you feel good, then you know you're going the right direction to discovering things you enjoy. And if it doesn't, that's okay. You can just try something else. Now, I also want to mention here that we don't have to dive into a lot of new things at once. We can take our time and do small steps here. We don't have to overwhelm ourselves. Let's enjoy the journey and take our time in learning about ourselves and what we like. Now, the fourth tip is taking some time to evaluate our relationships and determining if those relationships we have are really helping us along our journey to finding ourselves or if maybe they're hindering our growth. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean we have to block people out of our life, but perhaps if we are finding that someone in our lives is very negative or maybe trying to control our narrative, then we might need to limit some of the interaction we have with them while we pursue our self-discovery. It can make things difficult for us if we are working to find more independence and follow our dreams, and the people in our lives are giving us a lot of resistance. What others say and how they interact with us can really make a difference in our motivation and energy. We can end up finding ourselves having to fight off and undo the things that they are saying just so we can have some peace in what we are doing. This is a good time to surround yourself with people that are going to support you on this beautiful journey. So the fifth and final tip I want to mention is being able to embrace everything about ourselves through acceptance. Now, some of this journey, we will find some really awesome things about ourselves and what we're passionate about. But along the way, we might find some things we don't love about ourselves. Please remember that self-discovery is about observing yourself and your thoughts without judgment and loving and accepting your authentic self completely. So let's not judge the parts of ourselves that we're not happy about. We can always make tweaks here and there later, but learning about ourselves is a beautiful thing. Through the process of self-discovery, we are learning which external and internal forces are influencing our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Self-discovery is a lifelong journey, so please be patient with yourself as you learn and discover all the awesome things about yourself. Our lives are a series of experiences and changes, so embrace the beauty of unfolding the wonderful things you will find along your journey. So those are the 5 tips in traveling along your self-discovery journey. I hope you found these helpful. Also, feel free to put some tips below if you have other ways that have worked to help you along your self-discovery journey. I love when our community works together to share information that will help us to grow and have healthier and more fulfilled lives. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'm sending you my love and prayers. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next video.